We are 12 days into the ongoing FIFA World Cup right there in the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. And yesterday's action was dominated by three people, but mostly by one man. I know you know who I'm talking about. Yes, Lionel Messi in Argentina's game against Austria scored 2 to break the outright highest goal scoring record at the World Cup. The record that was previously held by Miroslav Klose. He equaled it with his hat-trick on the first day of the World Cup, but he has now surpassed that record by 2 goals, taking his tally to 18 at the FIFA World Cup. He initially missed a penalty, which also made a negative record for him because that meant he became the first player to miss up to 3 penalties in a World Cup, basically in the history of the World Cup. But like I said, he raised that negative record by scoring the brace he did yesterday against a poor defensive Austria side, who at least going forward were good, but for some reason could not find the goals against the defending champions. And then of course the second game of yesterday, day 12, was perhaps the longest ever game in history of the World Cup because there was an interval of 2 hours and about 10 minutes following an inclement weather warning and warnings of thunderstorm between France and Iraq. France in the first half started off really well as expected against people who are making their first appearance at the FIFA World Cup. Kylian Mbappe scored in the first half, and then we had the halftime break that I said lasted for over 2 hours. And after the break, the return, Dembele scored yet another goal, and then Ousmane Dembele completed the route for Leblanc, who basically qualified automatically alongside Argentina to the round of 32 because they now have 6 points. And talking about 6 points, Norway also made sure they secured 6 points on the group after beating the opponents yesterday, Senegal, by 3 goals to 2. Erling Haaland scored the brace as well as Ismail Assar for Senegal, but Ismail Assar's goals were not enough ultimately as Senegal fell to yet another defeat, worryingly, at the World Cup. They are not out yet. The Teranga Lions are not out, but they will have to beat Iraq by a very, very considerable scoreline in the final group game. And then, of course, in the early hours of this morning, Algeria finally managed to salvage something from this World Cup because they defeated Jordan, albeit from behind because they fell to an early lead. They fell in the first half to a 1-0 lead, but found their way back into the game, including a 9 minutes winner, basically, by Amin Guidi. And Amin Guidi also, like I said, scored the goal that eventually made sure Algeria secured their first 3 points at the ongoing FIFA World Cup. And that means that going into the last game between Austria and Algeria, basically that game will determine who finished second in the group and also who will finish third and hoping to qualify as one of those third place teams. And of course, we have an array of fixtures lined up for today, including that of Portugal against Uzbekistan. Ronaldo and his Portugal side will be looking to make amends for the dropped points for the opening game of the tournament by perhaps beating Uzbekistan today, but they should be very careful. Colombia also take on DR Congo in the last game of the day, early hours of tomorrow morning. Also, we see games between Ghana and England, as well as that between Croatia and Panama. That was our review of day 12 and preview of day 13 of the ongoing FIFA World Cup right here on DOTT TV. I remain Anthony Uche, and thank you for watching.
Amazon from Harrison. That is a massive world record.